Let's dive deeper into the history and impact of the United Fruit Company. This company, founded in 1899, played a significant role in the economic and political landscape of Central America. It was known for its monopolistic practices and its influence over local governments. The United Fruit Company not only controlled vast amounts of land, but also had a significant impact on the infrastructure, building railways and ports primarily for its own benefit. The company's practices led to widespread exploitation and poor working conditions for local populations. Over time, the United Fruit Company became a symbol of American imperialism and corporate greed. Its legacy is still felt in many countries today, where the term Banana Republic continues to be a reminder of this troubled history. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating stories behind everyday terms and phrases. Have you ever wondered why we call some countries banana republics? It's a term that gets thrown around a lot, but its origins are both intriguing and complex. Well, today I'm diving into the juicy history behind this term. It's a story that involves literature, politics, economics, and a whole lot of bananas. So the phrase Banana Republic was coined by the American writer O. Henry in his 1904 book, Cabbages and Kings. O. Henry, whose real name was William Sidney Porter, was known for his witty and often satirical short stories. He used it to describe a fictional Central American country, but it was inspired by very real events. The backdrop of his stories was the political and economic turmoil in Central America, particularly in countries like Honduras. You see, during the early 20th century, American fruit companies, especially the United Fruit Company, had massive influence in Central America. These companies weren't just business entities. They were powerful forces that shaped the destinies of entire nations. These companies controlled land, politics, and economies, all in the pursuit of growing and exporting, you guessed it, bananas. Bananas were a lucrative business, and the demand for this tropical fruit was skyrocketing in the United States and Europe. In countries like Honduras and Guatemala, governments were often unstable and easily manipulated by these powerful corporations. The fruit companies would often step in to stabilize the situation, but their true aim was to protect their own interests. They'd bribe officials, topple leaders, and even use military force to protect their interests. This wasn't just business, it was a form of economic imperialism that had devastating effects on the local populations. This created a cycle of economic dependence and political instability, which O. Henry captured with his term Banana Republic. The countries became dependent on the fruit companies for economic stability, but this came at the cost of their political sovereignty. But it wasn't just about fruit. These companies also built infrastructure like railways and ports, but primarily for their own benefit, not the locals. The infrastructure was designed to facilitate the export of bananas, not to improve the lives of the local people. The railways and ports were crucial for transporting bananas from the plantations to the ships that would carry them to the United States and Europe. While this infrastructure did bring some modernization to these countries, it was a double-edged sword. The local populations often worked in poor conditions for meager wages. The fruit companies exploited the labor force, paying them just enough to survive but not enough to thrive. This exploitation was another layer of the Banana Republic phenomenon. The term Banana Republic evolved to describe any small country with an economy heavily dependent on a single export, often controlled by foreign businesses. Over time, it came to symbolize the broader issues of economic exploitation and political manipulation. Today, the term is used more broadly to criticize corrupt or unstable governments, but its roots are deep in this history of exploitation and control. It's a reminder of how foreign interests can dominate and destabilize a country for their own gain. So next time you hear Banana Republic, you'll know it's more than just a quirky phrase. It's a reminder of a complex and often troubling history. The term encapsulates a period when powerful corporations could dictate the fate of nations, all for the sake of profit. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating stories from history. See you next time. And remember, every term has a story and every story has a lesson.